security development being a guinea pig, I guess here we were looking at, in some ways, trying to put to bed the rights and wrongs of intervention or non-intervention in Kosovo and Rwanda and places like that. And I suppose the question to the Brits was, with the international community looking, if we could make a difference in a place like Sierra Leone. It was a former colony where we have a certain amount of historical interest and cultural insight. Only a population of 5 million and a reasonably small-scale intervention. There was only one British Army battalion that was actually deployed at the time. So I guess if we couldn't make it work there, where else could we make it work? Tools of engagement, security sector government assistance. And this is basically advisors and mentors, not in an executive role. The only exception to that, I'm told, was the Inspector General of Police, as the police at the time was in such a parlous state that somebody had to get a grip of the whole organisation. But his mission from the outset was in the first year to identify his successor, and within year 2 to appoint his successor and make sure he got him into role, and that did actually happen. Security sector and defence reviews were obviously crying out for reform, and that was done with the assistance of the IMAT and also the people involved in the country. And a whole raft of other tools of engagement, organisation development, force structures, and you read this financial management, training equipment programmes, infrastructure systems. All of those had civilian and military embeds in key strategic positions, but that was to assist the Sierra Leoneans so they could do it for themselves and not the Brits trying to sort of take the lead. In terms of achievements, the capability developed to allow a successful drawdown of the UN mission there without incident, and I guess it proved were needed. The fact they had reasonably free and fair elections in 2007 kind of underlines that. Office of National Security was developed to bring central coordination to the security sector. Obviously that was created from scratch. It was no mean feat by itself, and it clearly by design had to be apolitical and neutral, and they believe by and large that's what they achieved. What was a key requirement, and this is for stability in any post-conflict situation, is to get civil control of the armed forces, and this was achieved with also a degree of civil-mil integration within their Ministry of Defence as well. And finally, extensive police training undertaken, and that capability was rolled out in the wider parts of the country as well. Completion of an SSR review, security sector reform review, by local staff, and I guess it's emphasised by the local staff there. Inclusion of security within the PRSP for the first time. I didn't know much about that, but I looked it up and did a bit of research, and basically it was the poverty reduction strategy paper. This was drawn up by a lady called Claire Short, who was the Minister for International Development in the UK at the time. And this was really sort of her baby in terms of linking security and poverty reduction and development all in the same sort of melting pot.